Diego, it's been a long time since he's ventured in Latino America. Does he still have it? Can he still pull it off? He's been on fire recently, having some decent results in DreamHack Atlanta proper. But we'll see. We'll see how things go here in game number 1, because spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Colombian Zerg player representing the Daredevils. It is eGGz. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Brazilian Terran player representing Team Liquid, currently up 1-0 in this qualifying match. It is Kelazhur. Again, that 1-point advantage is pretty big. It is what Kelazhur has gotten for himself from coming from the upper bracket. So very nice, very nice. Will help him out in this series, and eGGz, the uphill battle begins. Now, he's got a couple of things going his way. One, for the people that were with us earlier, Kelazhur did lose to Cham on Inside and Out earlier today in a 40-minute game. It was a slugfest, and, you know, maybe Kelazhur has some PTSD. Maybe he's getting, maybe eGGz knows, and that's why he allowed Inside and Out to be the first map here. He wants to go for the psychological damage instead. He is attacking the brain of Diego as we speak. So yeah, I do like this from eGGz. You know, very, very strategic move. Very strategic indeed. We'll see if it pays out. We'll see if it pays off for him. We'll see. So far, we have a pretty standard opener here. Going for the racked expand, we do see the SCV coming across the map for a scout. Reaper not too far behind this. Just confirming, okay, we are going for a hatch first opener against eGGz. I'm sure Kelazhur was a little bit afraid of a pull first. Just playing it safe. Looking to delay that third base as well as eGGz. Again, just going for a hatch gas pool. We have our drones on the way. We have our queens as well. We're going to be sending out that. Oh, actually doesn't send out his 21st drone. Interesting. Actually even makes 6 lings against that Reaper as well. Oh. Yeah, so eGGz going to be taking this Reaper very seriously and going to be staying on 2 bases a little bit longer. With this, of course, he can make additional... Oh my god! Additional queens. Oh. Doesn't quite get a kill on that Reaper. But due to this Reaper, yeah, eGGz is going to be on 2 bases a little bit longer. And I was curious why there weren't more queens in production. And we see why. It is because he goes for 1 base layer. He skips link speed. He's crazy. And now it's going to be on Kelazhur to scout. He's confirming, okay, we don't have a 3rd base. It's only just now on the way, but oh, right now I like this from eGGz. He's forcing this Reaper to stay here to scout and delay the 3rd, which means it's not getting into the main and it's not scouting the lair. So Kelazhur is honestly going to be feeling pretty good about this. I mean, again, he is still delaying this 3rd base. The drone just now coming in, finally going to be able to be thrown down on location. But it was a bit of a fake out, because we have a Roach Warren on the way. And eGGz doesn't take the hatchery. Oh my god. He's crazy. He's going for the Nidus! I was curious what the lair was for, if he wanted to go for like Roach speed or something. I was like trying to piece it together, but he's going for the Nidus, Poppy. He's going for the Nidus. And Kelazhur, upon seeing the lack of 3rd base, alarm bells are going to be flaring right now. He's like, oh my god, something is wrong. 3rd base gets thrown down now, but mate, that's pretty sus. That is giga late. Thankfully, Kelazhur did open up 1-1-1, not a 3rd CC. He's a little bit supply blocked, but he's going for a Banshee. Banshees are king defensively against Roaches. But there are going to be queens involved as well. And if need be, eGGz can even bring some drones for some spores. Meanwhile, here we go. Nidus has been scouted. Boys are being pulled. Banshee does turn around, and it looks like this Nidus is going to be killed, but not before it pops out. Can we transfuse in time? No, we cannot. 1 queen goes down for free. That is a massive win for Kelazhur. Egg's just a little bit too slow with that transfuse, and suddenly Egg's push is shut down. He starts 10 drones. With the death of that queen, it's over. He cannot commit. That's it, GG. All of his eggs were in one basket. And Kelazhur just smashes that basket on the ground. Smooch. I loved what Eggs was doing. Like, it all made sense. It was all calculated. It was all planned. It was all coming together. But Kelazhur had a Marine in his main for the Nidus. And, yeah, we saw the Nidus dies. That's it. It's over. GG. GG, well played. Kelazhur is now 1 game away from qualifying for HomeStory Cup, getting that plane ticket, getting that hotel paid for as well. Ooh. He is oh so close, and Eggs is up against the wall. Again, I really did appreciate the build that he was going for, but yeah, unfortunate that it was scattered in the end. Alright, now we're getting ready here for our next game. Oh, here we go. Looks like the map of choice is going to be Data C. Very standard map, nothing too crazy about it. It is very macro oriented and can be very defensible on 4 bases. We'll see if we get that far, as we are potentially loading into our final map of the series. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have our Colombian Zerg player. He is teal, representing the Daredevils. It is Eggs. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have the Brazilian Terran player, 1 game away from qualifying for HomeStory Cup. Representing Team Liquid, it is Kelazhur. Oh boy. Bit of a rough game 1 there for Eggs. Hopefully he can shake it off. I know Eggs can be an emotional player. Very emotional, very passionate. But hopefully he can keep it together here as we get into game number 2/3, depending on how you look at it. Going for a standard opener. Is he going to fall back and go for a 3rd hatchery on time as well? Are we going to play macro? Is Eggs confident in his macro play against Kelazhur? That is the question. We'll find out. Oh. As Kelazhur has a lot of breathing room here in our next game, and because of that, he can be a little bit wild. He could have been a little bit greedy as well if he wanted to. Yeah, we'll see what he's able to get away with. Oh my god, as we are seeing a repeat here, I believe Kelazhur this game went for a CC first. He went for a CC, then a Rax, and he is going for a 2-on-1. He did this very same build against Cham on this very same map as well. Oh boy. And Eggs is going to dip in with his Overlord. He's going to get eyes on the timing of the CC, recognize how fast this CC was. Kelazhur, just like he did against Cham, he's not going for an SCV scat, and he is not going for a Reaper either. A fast Roach Warren is not necessarily what you want against this because of the fast second racks and because of the fast stim timing. We saw that Kelazhur just shut down the Roach push of Cham. I believe Eggs was busy with his own series at the time, so I don't know if he was able to watch that and really recognize what was happening. We do see him going for his 3rd base on time, on location. Drones are on the way as well. We pulled out of gas and we haven't pulled back in, so the likelihood of this being roaches isn't very high. So I do appreciate this from Eggs. Regardless, Kelazhur is getting away with this opener, and it is going to hit quite hard. Eggs just chipping in with a couple of lings, just gonna get eyes on things, maybe force some lost mining time, maybe pick off an SCV. Oh. Doesn't get it in the end. Does confirm the Marine counts. And this should be a tell that it is not a 1-1-1, as there are no Hellions. Has to be a 2-1-1, especially with the revelation of even more Marines. Do have an Overlord in position to scout if we need to as well. And eGGz is going for a standard response. He's just droning. He is free to drone for the next minute. Then, of course, he has to start or has to commit and continue Queen and Ling production and get ready for that stim timing. And then it's all about execution. It's all about Queen positioning to make sure that this drop doesn't get out of hand. And for the time being, you know, we have plenty of droning going on. I believe we can drone up to around 45. 50 is pushing it, but we'll see if we go that far as well here for eGGz, as we do have double Evo chambers being thrown down. Ooh, quite greedy indeed. Quite confident as well from eGGz. Going to be delaying his lair and his banelings. Preserving as much of that gas as possible so we can go into 1-1. Oh my god. And yeah, we've droned up to 46, and now it is time to make nothing but lings and get ready for the double drop. There it is, 1-1 on the way. This is a really interesting response. So typically against a 2-1-1, we see an Evo chamber for +1 carapace, but because of the additional Evo, I kind of like this. It means that the counterattack potential is that much greater for eGGz. Of course, what he lacks, what he's giving up for this is his lair and his Bailey Nest, but Bailey Nest just does get thrown down. Drop is moving out, does get spotted here by the spotters of eGGz, and as a result, he's going to be moving out with his lings. Again, we've got more queens in production as well. Do we have enough lings? eGGz is droning up right now. A little bit of a greedy move. Is going to force the pickup here. The drop is going into the main base. Queens are here to respond, and so far eGGz is doing a great job at delaying this push, but now a third medevac is moving out. Again, the power of this early 2-1-1. We have a lot more Marines to work with. Oh boy. And if eGGz drones up too much, this may just overwhelm and kill him. You know, we now have stim, we have combat shields as well. And Kelazhur is getting a great positioning here between the mineral patches, trying to focus down this hatchery. Lings, they come in. Oh, they do force a pickup. Kelazhur forced to back off here, reinforcing with more Marines and with Widow Mines. eGGz has a couple of defensive banelings. There we go. A couple more are on the way. The queens are being rotated down towards the 4th base. So far, so good from eGGz, but oh my god, the queens are exposed! Lings come in from behind. Widowmine shot goes off as well. Great Queen target firing on these medevacs. Oh, but the target firing is even better here. The Marines have overwhelmed. I was really worried that eGGz was droning up too quickly, and we see why. The Marines have gotten out of control, and this may just be it. Every Queen gets focused down. The Lings as well. All these Overlords. This is just far too much damage. 20 Lings are on the way, and they may be able to clean this up, but like this is just too much. Oh. Finally, the Marines all go down, and eGGz did at least hold on to his 4th, but look at the units lost tab. That was 22 Marines for 75 Lings and 6 Queens. Jesus Christ. That was far too much damage, and again, eGGz was just a little bit too greedy, not really respecting this push as much as he should have. And the snowball effect is real. The dominoes have fallen. Kelazhur is going to get this hatchery. eGGz is going for a bit of a Ling run by. He is going to find some damage here, don't get me wrong. But can he stop this push? Reinforcements to clean up all the Lings. Bailing speed still on the horizon. Again, because of the late lair, it's still a ways off. Widowmine shots are going to be going off as well. It looks like we should have enough on the ground to overall defend, but Kelazhur is just getting more value. Oh, even snipes another Bailing. Ooh, and a Queen as well. eGGz being a little bit sloppy with his response. And And now he's knocked down to 3 bases. We are now equal in bases. Kelazhur is ahead in workers. What do I shot gets off? Gets a decent connection on those lings. Oh no! Bailing speed finally finishes up, but eGGz is just so far behind. Bailings go for a bit of a run by. They do catch him up in those workers. Honestly, pretty necessary damage. Oh my god! Kelazhur is not paying attention. Both across the map and with his main army. This was a pretty crucial moment. Without this, eGGz would straight up be dead. Now, not so much. Now he's holding on. Not the best trades, but, you know, trades nonetheless. It is still an uphill battle as we do have a massive ling run by here headed towards the natural base. The wall is not a wall. We do have a couple of Widow Mines, but they have not burrowed. At the same time, double drop into the main base. Bailing finds a connection, but only a single Bailing. Ooh, as the 4th base is forced to be cancelled here for eGGz. A lot of workers are going down left and right. Lings in the natural and the 3rd, but Kelazhur pushes on forward, and we don't have enough Ling main to stop this. We need a little bit more here. The Bailings are baited out. Sorry, the Widow Mines are baited out. The Bailings roll on forward. Liberators are going ham all over the place. 47 SCVs have gone down, but eGGz as well is losing some workers. Like, he's also struggling to recover, but if he cleans up this Liberator, which he will, eGGz is looking in a decent position. It's not amazing, but it's better than Kelazhur, and that's all that really matters. eGGz has to be careful not to overextend here. Does run into a wall of bio. Like, Kelazhur, his economy is crippled, don't get us wrong, but his army supply is insane. He is doubling the army supply of eGGz right now. eGGz needs time to rebuild his Bailings, to rebuild his Lings. Time that he may just not have. Yeah, eGGz may just have to give up this hatchery once again. He goes for another run by, but this time the wall is a wall. Ooh. Widow Mine shots go off and GG gets called. eGGz wasn't able to close it out. He did cripple the economy of Kelazhur, but the army was just too damn good, and Kelazhur qualifies for HomeStory Cup. GG, well played. But you know what? eGGz made Kelazhur work for it. You know, game 1 was very close. It was a very crisp build that eGGz was going for, and Kelazhur was able to shut it down, but eGGz almost pulled it off. Game number 2, likewise, eGGz had a really rough start against the 2-1-1, against the fast 2-1-1 to be fair. But he was able to claw back, you know, going for all those Bailing run-bys and going for all of this, going for all these counterattacks. But alas, it just barely wasn't enough. And yeah, congratulations to Kelazhur. And with that, we have completed the Latin American qualifiers for HomeStory Cup. The North American qualifiers are just about to begin with their qualifying match, Australia versus Trigger. Solid PvP. But alas, I don't think I should cover it. I can actually already feel my throat straining a little bit. Not feeling amazing. I do think that I have to rest my throat for ANZ Champs, as I'm going to be covering that in a couple of hours. So for now, I think we are going to be done here. And we are going to be sending our love over to another caster. I believe Steadfast and Biomorph are covering, Steadfast, Biomorph, and Rotterdam, 3 casters, are covering the NA qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong? Is Steadfast offline? No, okay, he's online, They are going to be covering that qualifier. Ooh. And we'll give them a raid. Of the 2, we'll give it to Dave Tester. I almost called him Dave Fast, which doesn't make any sense. We'll be raiding Dave Tester. As of course, he needs a little bit more love and support here. It does make sense. Steadfast is the one with all those viewers. Oh boy. And yeah. We'll give them some love. Give them some support, Papi. Let's go. Oh, but thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much for the support. If you are interested in more of my casting, I'll be back in 3 hours. 3 hours over on ESL Australia's Twitch channel. We are going to be casting ANZ Champs. It is kind of GSL, but for Australia and New Zealand. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Oof. And yeah, I'm just going to be having a rest, getting some breakfast. My throat's actually not the... Okay. You can hear me wheezing a little bit. Yeah. Solo casting is always rough. I don't really enjoy it, and we try and avoid solo casting whenever we can, but yeah. You know, we do what we can for Latin America as well. I wanted to cast this desperately. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the support and for tuning in today. This game is over in Australia already. I am in Australia. But yes, thank you so much for the support. Give some love to Dave Testa and Steadfast and Rotterdam, as they are all covering the North American Qualifier. And yeah, until then, we'll see you around. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Bye.